He's been dazzling fans with jaw-dropping moves, defying traditional MMA norms, and dancing his way into the hearts of fight fans around the world. Michel Pereira, the Brazilian ninja, has taken the UFC by storm with a style unlike any other. From a unique fighting style to viral backflips, this striker is proving that MMA can be as entertaining as it is brutal. But how did he make it to the top? Let's break down the evolution of a fighter who is changing the game. Early beginnings, the streets of Tucumã, and his introduction to martial arts. Michel Pereira's journey into mixed martial arts, MMA, began in the small Brazilian town of Tucumã, where he was raised in a family of farmers. Growing up on the streets, he faced hardships, but his introduction to martial arts gave him a way out. At the age of 12, he began training in karate, an experience that would shape his understanding of discipline and combat. As he grew older, his martial arts arsenal expanded, and by the age of 16, Pereira added Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu to his training, earning his black belt over time. He also became involved in Capoeira, a Brazilian martial art that combines acrobatics, dance, and striking, which would become his signature fighting style. Michel's unique blend of karate, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and Capoeira would go on to make him a standout in the MMA world, attracting attention from fans and promoters alike. The early years of his career were spent on the regional circuit in Brazil, where he quickly earned a reputation with an 11-4 record. His nickname, Damer, the Destroyer, was forged during this time, and it was clear that he had the potential to become one of Brazil's most exciting prospects. However, despite the regional success, Pereira's desire to fight on a global stage kept pushing him forward. The next phase of his career would be marked by him taking his skills internationally, starting his journey toward becoming a viral sensation within the MMA community. Breaking into the international scene, SBC, Road FC, and viral success. After establishing himself in Brazil, Pereira ventured outside his homeland, making waves in Asia and Europe, where he won the SBC welterweight title. His time with Road FC in Korea would mark a significant turning point in his career. In his fight against the Korean young Hae-jun, Pereira introduced his flashy, acrobatic fighting style to a broader audience. Known for his Superman punches and gravity-defying moves, he showcased his capoeira skills to perfection. While Jun had success on the ground in the second round, Pereira's skills shone through in the third, where he unleashed a brutal flurry of strikes to secure the victory. This performance, characterized by his unique approach to striking and his constant movement, earned him a massive following. Michel Pereira quickly became a viral sensation, with fans and fellow fighters alike amazed at his unorthodox fighting style. His ability to combine acrobatics with actual combat skills made him stand out in an era where fighters often prioritize efficiency over entertainment. The UFC took notice of Pereira's unique style, and in 2019, he signed with the promotion, setting the stage for his grand debut on the biggest stage of MMA. UFC debut: the impact of Pereira's unorthodox style. Michel Pereira's UFC debut came in May 2019, where he faced the British fighter Danny Roberts. The fight was set to prove whether Pereira's unique blend of capoeira, karate, and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu could translate into success in the UFC's higher stakes. From the moment the bell rang, Pereira showcased exactly what made him a viral sensation: his unpredictable movement, flashy Superman punches, and an overall chaotic style that threw his opponent off balance. Despite getting cracked by Roberts early, Pereira quickly adapted to the pressure. Roberts was unable to deal with the unconventional techniques, as Pereira's fluid footwork and aggressive striking overwhelmed him. Within the first round, Pereira finished Roberts with a flying knee, securing the performance of the night bonus and immediately announcing his presence in the UFC. This debut was not only a testament to Pereira's skills, but also to his ability to entertain, making him a fan favorite from the get-go. What made Pereira's UFC debut particularly exciting was the sheer novelty of his approach. In an MMA landscape where most fighters are methodical and precise, Pereira's playful yet dangerous fighting style seemed like a breath of fresh air. He proved that MMA could be both an art and a science, capturing the hearts of fans who appreciated his creativity and flair inside the octagon. The setback against Tristan Connolly, a lesson in efficiency. Michel Pereira's next bout came against Canadian fighter Tristan Connolly, who was making his UFC debut at the time. Although Pereira was considered the favorite, Connolly proved to be a formidable opponent, employing a grinding style that tested Pereira's endurance and grappling defense. Pereira's usual entertaining antics, including his signature break dancing and Superman punches, were still on full display, but Connolly's relentless pressure began to wear on him. As the fight progressed, Pereira's unorthodox style became less effective against Connolly's grappling. The Brazilian striker struggled to impose his will, and Connolly's ability to negate Pereira's creative strikes led to a dominant performance. Connolly eventually earned the win via unanimous decision, leaving Pereira with a bitter lesson in efficiency. The loss was a wake-up call for Pereira, as it highlighted the gaps in his strategy and his need for better discipline in the cage. The loss to Connolly proved to be a pivotal moment in Pereira's career. Instead of letting the defeat discourage him, Pereira returned to the drawing board and made adjustments to his fighting style. He realized that while entertainment was a key part of his persona, efficiency and strategy were essential for competing at the highest level of MMA. This newfound focus would later serve him well in his subsequent fights. The redemption against Diego Sanchez, a beautiful performance. In his next fight, Michel Pereira faced the seasoned veteran Diego Sanchez, who was nearing the twilight of his career. While Sanchez was known for his intense training and unique fighting style, Pereira was determined to show his growth as a fighter. From the outset, Pereira took control of the fight, using his patented Capoeira-inspired movements and high-flying kicks to overwhelm Sanchez. However, despite Pereira's early dominance, the fight took an unexpected turn. In one of the most memorable moments of his career, Pereira illegally kneed the grounded Sanchez in the head, resulting in a disqualification and a loss on the scorecards. It was a crushing defeat, not only because of the disqualification, but because Pereira had the victory within his grasp. Despite this setback, Pereira showed remarkable resilience. Instead of sulking, he took the lesson to heart and focused on refining his technique, discipline, and approach to MMA. His next performances would prove that he had learned from his mistakes, becoming a more well-rounded and focused fighter. A new era, victory over Zim Aimee and performance of the night bonus. In September 2020, Michel Pereira faced Russian striker Zim Aimee in a highly anticipated showdown. This fight was pivotal for Pereira, as it would be an opportunity to demonstrate how much he had learned from his past mistakes. From the opening bell, Pereira looked more calculated and efficient, mixing his unique Capoeira-inspired movement with sharp strikes and impeccable timing. Pereira's confidence was evident as he taunted Aimee during the fight, reminding him of the lessons he had learned after his previous setbacks. The Brazilian fighter even executed a spectacular Showtime kick, reminiscent of Anthony Pettis' iconic move, to assert his dominance. As the fight progressed, Pereira maintained control, showcasing not only his striking ability but also his improved grappling defense. In the final round, Pereira secured a dominant position and sealed the victory with a rear naked choke, earning a well-deserved performance of the night bonus. This fight marked a significant turning point in Pereira's career, as he proved to both himself and the MMA world that he could combine his unorthodox style with disciplined strategy, setting the stage for future success in the UFC. Climbing the UFC ranks, wins over fighters like Niko Price and André Fialho. In 2021, Michel Pereira's rise in the UFC continued with notable victories over fighters like Niko Price and André Fialho. In his bout against Niko Price, Pereira showed significant improvements in his fighting style, blending his dynamic striking with improved takedown defense and ground control. His ability to mix martial arts disciplines became more apparent, and he adapted his game to counter Price's aggressive style. Pereira's fight against André Fialho further highlighted his growth as a fighter. He maintained control of the fight through his superior striking and constant movement, outpacing Fialho with well-timed attacks. By the third round, Fialho was unable to keep up with Pereira's pace, and the Brazilian secured a unanimous decision victory. These wins propelled Pereira into the upper ranks of the UFC, where his unique blend of creativity and effectiveness made him one of the most exciting prospects in the welterweight division. Pereira's evolution, a fighter who balances flair with efficiency. Michel Pereira's evolution as an MMA fighter is a testament to his growth and adaptability. While his initial success was rooted in his flashy and unorthodox style, he has refined his approach over the years to include a more balanced combination of creativity and efficiency. Today, Pereira is no longer just the Brazilian ninja with the flashy Superman punches and acrobatics. He is a well-rounded mixed martial artist capable of competing with the best in the world. His ability to entertain while maintaining a disciplined and strategic approach to fighting has set him apart from many of his peers. Pereira's evolution reflects the ever-changing landscape of MMA, where fighters must adapt to remain competitive. With each fight, he continues to prove that he is one of the most exciting and dangerous fighters in the UFC, blending technique, flair, and athleticism in a way that few others can replicate. From his humble beginnings in Brazil to becoming one of the UFC's most captivating figures, Michel Pereira's journey has been nothing short of spectacular. Whether he's throwing a flying knee or busting out a backflip, he's showing the world that combat sports can be as entertaining as they are intense. What's next for the Brazilian Ninja? Stay tuned, because one thing's for sure, Michel Pereira is far from finished. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more epic stories from the world of MMA.